on that victory that sent it down to the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you very much, Freak. We thought they would be slow starters. Team Liquid themselves thought they would be slow starters. We heard it from Steve there. A couple patches behind from MSI, just ramping back up into their practice schedule now. They were absolutely not slow starters here with a crushing victory over TSM.
I think TSM even thought that Team Liquid was going to be slow because they drafted a really late game comp thinking, oh yeah, they're going to be the same old Team Liquid. This is not spring Team Liquid. This team, if this is them saying, oh yeah, we just got back, we just want some rest, I'm like, oh my God, how much better can they get?
Well, the thing is, like, the meta's not that different from MSI. You're still playing Silas mid, you're still playing Kennen top, you're playing Olaf, which Smithy has probably played a bajillion games of, and then Zyra Khan has become stronger in the meta, which is something that is one of Core JJ's best champs. He's got a world skin on it, so like, in terms of comfort, this is all TL comfort. And
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I think the way TSM attacked the draft with their last two picks of Azir and Ezreal really kind of showed that they thought they would come out slow, but this wasn't close.
No.
Top three, it's like top one. That's it.
Yeah, it's going to make us question our whole narrative coming into this split. But no, I mean, it's really interesting to see as we look at Doublelift's crushing numbers here. I mean, a victory with a 3-0 KDA 15, a massive CSD. Not going to feel good for Sven and Smoothie in the bottom lane.
All those kills was just one play, right?
Yep.
That was just one triple kill. The rest is just farming, pressuring the map. So it was just Team Liquid rotating and moving faster than TSM the whole way through.
That's what makes this game kind of hard to talk about. It's like Smithy went top, they got a kill, great, and then Impact felt like he was on an island the rest of the game. They get a triple kill in the bot lane, then Doublelift's on an island the rest of the game. Silas and Olaf were the only two who kind of interacted with other lanes, and it felt like, not like TSM didn't show up, but just like other than that one play where they forced really hard, there was like nothing.
That's what's nutty, right? You get one play here, one play there, a play mid, and suddenly, all right, that's enough for Team Liquid to win, and you don't have a chance to come back. That's a pretty difficult place to be.
Some of that is a product of the compositions, right? TL is a more early game focused composition, so once they do secure that lead, they are, of course, off to the races. But to me, what this game speaks to is the idea that Team Liquid has come back from MSI, still holding on to some of what they learned in MSI. They didn't necessarily regress into the image of TL that perhaps TSM thought they would be playing, and instead, this is a fast-paced Team Liquid who's not afraid to take the fight to you.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely felt like this is a team returning from MSI with lessons learned. Like, yeah, we're a more controlled team, and it's not going to be a high-kill game, but it's going to be fast. Like, as soon as we have you under control, we're ending the game.
I got no problems with that.
Yeah.
No problem
Some more of that,
with that
please.
game
Your
play.
portfolio just took a pretty big
No, it was
hit
actually a
on the
typo.
first day of the game of the LCS. With that, we're going to send it over to Avli, who's ready for an interview with the victorious bot laner.
Thanks, Dash. Doublelift, congratulations on the game. It looked like Team Liquid was smurfing. You guys had the 10K gold lead. You had the crazy triple kill in bot lane early in the game. I mean, this was supposed to be the rematch of the 5-game series of finals. So were you expecting more?
Yes. I was expecting their bot lane to like play to win lane, I guess. But they didn't. They just played to farm. And then, yeah, I don't know. It was a bit weird. I think right now Sejuani Aurelia is kind of like this powerhouse combo. A lot of teams are realizing just like how strong that is as just like a kind of solo lane jungle duo, but they weren't really playing around it very well. Usually what I see is like they're just holding each other's hands like the whole game, but I think their bot lane was asking for help, and also their mid was like no pressure early, so Jensen was moving around a lot. And anyways, yeah, I was expecting TSM to play a little differently. I think it might have been a draft issue, but we snowballed and then it's just doomed.
Okay, well then maybe just in short, is this TSM an improvement to the TSM that you saw in finals?
Definitely not. I would say we're an improvement to the TL that we saw in the finals. So I expect us to be a lot better than, barely beating them in a best of 5. But it's hard to improve in the offseason, right? Because the best team, the best practice team, which was us, wasn't here for practice while MSI was going on. And also, I don't know. I think it's weird because we didn't get to play on this patch much. And honestly, like I was a little bit burnt out after MSI. So I haven't been really practicing much. I've been playing scrims like since we came back, but yeah, I haven't really been, able to put in my best effort. But even with that, I think our team is just a lot better than theirs. So it was just a funny game to me.
Well, tell me a little bit about that fatigue because I think Steve was saying there might be a slow start for you guys since you were just coming back from MSI. So did that really affect, I guess, the team as a whole?
Um, well, we learned a lot from MSI, right? So the lessons that we got will never ever go away. Like I will never forget, like kind of the reasons and all the intricacies of why I lost lane to Perks and Mickey X, and you know all the games at MSI were lessons, even the ones that we won. But yeah, mechanically, I'd say we're not like super up to par. When I came back, I didn't play League for like over a week or like about a week. And then I came back in scrims and I was like basically just running it down. So mechanically, I would say I'm at like 70% right now. So you know, this is a chance for LCS teams to take advantage of me, I guess. But yeah, when I'm like on form, I think there's pretty much no one domestically that can match me in core and lane.
Well, I mean, it was still enough to take down TSM, but I want to talk about MSI specifically because you guys just came back from a phenomenal international performance. You were playing the best in the best across the world. So I guess you were saying you were learning lessons. How specifically did it level up the team play?
Oh, like so many ways. I think in NA, I like the best way to describe it is in NA, like a 70-30 play is what's considered like a good play, right? And that's because if you're a really good team, like for example, when I was on TSM in season 7 and 6, and then on Team Liquid in the last 2 seasons, like a 70-30 play is what's considered like that's the good play because a lot of reasons. Like you're just better than them. You don't need to take 50-50s. You don't even need to take 60-40s because you're just better. But like internationally, the margins are really slim. So teams that are willing to take those 60-40s and like really practice at them, even 50-50s and practice doing that, they're like way better. They're just way better of a team. Like they know exactly, they have so many more chances to win the game than you because you're only looking for like those little tiny moments in the game where it's like overwhelmingly on your side. So like I think that's kind of like the biggest lesson, and it kind of makes sense that like the best team from NA would always play that way. You know, the safe, the like high percentage plays because that's what wins you domestically when the competition is so bad. And then you go internationally and all the competition is good. Even like the Vietnamese team was really good. So like those teams are kind of like way more risky and wild. And that's like when we came back, we're like, we have to play that way. Like we just need to. So yeah, we're working on that. And yeah, sometimes in scrims especially, we've been kind of messing up a lot because you need to have good mechanics to pull those off. And we're working on it.
All right, well, as an NA fan, I mean, it was incredibly exciting watching you guys go all the way through finals. I mean, you came into MSI with the goal of, oh man, I got to get out of groups. Jensen, carry me out of groups. Can we make it? But you made it to semifinals, whooped IG, the world champions, and then went all the way to finals to face against G2. So what is it going to take for you to pull off the same performance and take finals in Worlds?
I think not much. People think the difference, I said this at MSI too, the difference between us and the best team is so big. It's not. It's really, really, really thin, the margin. So I think like we came to MSI and we were like the underdogs, but how much were the underdogs? Like 5%, 10%? But people thought it was like, there's no way we're going to win. Like, you know, we're never going to win a best of 5 against a good team. I think that's crazy. You know, G2 beat SKT, we beat IG. I don't like to dwell on the past and like gloat about past accomplishments because to me, MSI was actually like a failure because we didn't win, and I really, really wanted to win. So yeah, like it's reasonable to say that any team can win Worlds this year. Every other year you'd be like laughed out of the room, like hard memed, but this year I think the results kind of back it up. Like an NA or EU team could win Worlds. It's like really reasonable to say that. So that's pretty sick. I feel like NA fans have just been like getting dumped on for their whole lives because NA teams just suck internationally, and it's like a glimmer of hope. So hopefully we don't crush it at the end of the year. We like can bring the hopes up again.
We're the #2 region in the world now, baby, thanks to Team Liquid. But okay, let's talk about domestic then. You guys, #2 team at MSI. Coming into summer, are there any teams that have caught your interest or that you see may approach you as an equal?
You know, I want every team in NA, this sounds really corny, I want every team in NA to be really good. And that's because it's going to be really hard for us not to make Worlds. And if we do make Worlds, I mean, well, hopefully when we make Worlds, like our region can be really strong. And that means that like we have our own individual strats. We have like our own playstyles and strengths and stuff. There's a lot of like formless teams in NA, I think. Not really sure what like TSM's playstyle is right now because we've only played it like against them like one game, but like, you know, like you want every team to have like their own strengths. And right now in NA, there's a lot of teams with just no strengths. they just have like only weak points. And then if you can attack those and you're the better team, you always win. I think like we went internationally and like we were scrimming against teams that weren't at MSI, you know, the teams that maybe lost in playoffs or maybe even didn't make playoffs. And those teams were insane. They were so good. Those teams would be like top 3 in NA. And over there, they're not even good enough to make playoffs.
Well, Double F, thank you very much, and congratulations again on your win. And for everyone else, up next, CLG and 100 Thieves debut in Game 3. And if you want to show either team your support, check out the LCS Team Pass available in client today. Select your team and earn yourself a team icon, team ward skins, and a team-specific chroma for Dragon Slayer Braum, one of the most used skins in pro play. Check out the Team Pass in client today and meet us back here for Game 3 after the break.